Muffin top, muffin top, muffin top. How you doing, everybody? We're gonna do the song. Should we do the song?
Faith in the sunrise and sunset skies, family ties that never compromise. With tools in hand and steel that shines, we'll hold the fort through troubled times. Build your tribe and survive the night, with hearts of gold and spirits bright. And every time we'll plant the seed to grow alive with all we need. With trust and open hearts, and these strongholds we play our parts. Firearms for the peace we keep, while standing guard and feeling deep. Build your tribe and survive the night, with hearts of gold and spirits bright. And every time we'll plant the seed to grow alive with all we need.
There we go. That was good. What do you all know? Going with a kind of impromptu chat. I'm out of the loop, working on the house and shit. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. Randy Butternubs is the first in the house. We got one on Rumble, one on YouTube. Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah, we're later than normal.
Yeah, that's true.
And we've not done it in a while.
Yeah, that is very true. I got 119 followers on Rumble. Man, oh, howdies. There you go. We got Lawfully in on that bad boy. Thank you, sir.
You have so many Discord folders.
I know. It's because I have to have so many freaking... Otherwise, I'd have to try to decipher it through the... There's so much crap. Look at that. I hit up the Rumble. We got Grit and Grace over here. What up, Grit? How you doing? Chickens are loving the leftover basil. I'm going through. I might be able to get one more batch of a couple jars of pesto, but I've mostly just been feeding it. I have smoked the lettuce patch and given them everything else. Took a weed eater to it. That's pretty much reoccurring. So the lettuce patch comes back. My tiny pumpkins are right. Nice. Heck yeah, Randy Butternubs. My pumpkin patch I tried to start the other year didn't work very good. So ended up just getting schwacked with the weed eater. Kind of in a crap spot. Didn't get a lot of sun. But that's okay. Out of the loop. I did see the one thing. I don't know if you've seen the dude on the subway who killed that Ukrainian gal.
Mm-hmm.
First off, terrible. Second off, that's really nothing that you could have done. She had her earbuds in, phone on, probably tired, just got off work or whatever, That's a hard one to counter. I mean, when somebody would come up behind you like that, I guess best thing would be is to strategically put yourself behind everybody or put your back to the windows so you could maybe set a little bit canted. But, if people want to do bad stuff, they're going to do bad stuff. Usually they try to do it to, weaker population. Then after I looked that video up, all I seen was like old people getting cold clocked by a bunch of dudes, or like 3 and 4 guys jumping on one dude, or sleeping people or gals just getting clocked, and knives and things like that. That kind of stuff usually happens where you can't it's very cost prohibitive / really hard to run
code switching.
Kind of. It's just hard. Usually that happens in cities where it's hard to carry pew pew, and the Second Amendment sheepdog mentality is not there. So the vulnerable population being you're not a you know a physically fit male, you're old or a woman, um, easy crime targets. That's just what scumbags and people with little wieners like to go for is what they feel they have the upper hand on, which is disgusting, but that's the way of the crime, I guess.
It's a shame, really. I think you ought to be able to be on public transit and not have to fear for your life.
Dude,
But
I don't understand how they don't have like just an armed dude, just like kind of chilling.
well, that's that's outsourcing that personal security.
Yeah,
And you say armed dude, do you mean security guard or cop?
yeah.
Because
I think a security guard minimum. I don't understand how they could like
well,
they.
it's public transit, so I mean,
Well,
and then
man,
even if it was a security guard and not a cop,
yeah.
he doesn't have an obligation to protect you really because the cops don't even. So
Well,
I mean,
their
so,
shitty policies and their city,
I know, and
red
then
tape.
I'm a 2A absolutist, but I'm also realistic, and I can see how most people don't want to be on a metal tube with somebody else touching off shots. So I don't know. There's not if we lived in a homogenous, upstanding society, it would be easier to do. But when you let a bunch of shit into your melting pot, you get shit soup,
Yeah, that is
and
very much true.
that's what a New York subway is.
You know what we really need? We need oh man. There's a guy over in Europe. Well, there's a lot of people over in Europe, but uh like over there it's not, obviously a firearm permissive environment, but you get like the martial artist dudes. Like that guy who has that like baton with like have you seen his coat that has like the forearm deals, and he has like the baton with the point on it with like the rope that can go around people. You
No,
need a couple ninjas down there fighting people, some hand to hand shit. That'd be sweet.
I've seen
Need
old
some.
guys with shillelaghs.
There you go. We need some Batmans. What the fuck's a shillelagh? I don't even know how to spell that.
The traditional
Oh, a stick with
Irish
a
walking stick
yeah. There
with
you
the
go.
big knot on the end.
Yeah, there you go. Hashtag make clubs great again.
Bust some coconuts.
That would hurt.
Kneecap a fella.
I definitely did not spell that right when I tried to Google that.
No, it's not phonetic.
Um, we got some more people hopping in here. Geonest, I forgot how to say that. His name. Geognostic Nomad. What up, brother? Yesterday's pomade.
Gnostic.
Yeah, Gnostic. There we go. I'm retarded. Demoman Don. What up, brother? A skull smacker. Yep. Man, I tell you what. If people don't decide to take back their God-given rights and just decide to be victims all the time, man, I guess that stuff's just going to keep happening there. I mean, that kind of crap don't happen where I'm at, but I guess people wouldn't stand for that here. Yeah, did you silent? Titanium fighting umbrella? That'd be sweet.
Real G's are silent, like
Well,
lasagna.
man, I tell you what, when I was growing up, I had a buddy and he just duct taped a roll of quarters and he put that in his fist and he just, um,
Yeah, and you can get the like coin purse sap things.
yeah, slap
A
people.
bunch of the leather holster companies make those.
Hmm.
Galco and a few of the others. And
Yep.
there's all sorts of non-edged weapons,
Yeah,
that
I
At
tell
the
you
end of
what,
the
man,
day,
my police baton, I don't want hit with that thing. But I
the
know the
problem is
legality with that.
a lot of those places, when you obviously employ it as a weapon, are illegal in those places too.
Right. Kind of hard to have that deployed defensive unless you see somebody walking at you with like a knife or whatever.
So,
Any belt, yeah, belt's pretty good. Even just like a monkey fist with like a ball bearing in it. But that's not something that a lot of these people think about,
well, no, and the kind of person that's here listening to us right now,
isn't there?
it isn't there. And then if they were forced for some reason to be there, they would be turned on. I mean, they would look like the prairie dog on patrol, and so they're not going to be the easy victim, anyways. You know,
Right. And that's generally all you need.
it's just about having your light on. You don't
Yeah.
look like the easy target, and you don't have anything obviously of value worth taking. Just out for the snatching, you're not
Right.
going to get. I mean,
Honestly,
it's the
a
law of
flashlight
average.
with some shot cord, so that way it can't fall out of your hand. I tell you what, man, especially the people that are doing it. A good chunk of them are people coming off a drug high looking for a robbery, or they're drunk or whatever. Man, I tell you what, you get a flash with a couple thousand lumens in your eyes, and you get a hit and a punch or something, you're probably done for that encounter. Um, I mean, I use my flashlight all the time. And as you guys know, I've said it before. When I did security, I used my flashlight 80% of the time. I only had to draw my firearm one time, and quite frankly, the duty light, the light on the gun, handled the situation. But um, yeah, man, the flashlight is no joke, big time. And then if that don't work, then some spicy spray. But I think in that environment, you might want a gel type spray opposed to the OC spray.
Spray,
Yeah,
yeah.
because then that's everywhere. And but I haven't seen anybody do that, so I don't know if they can have OC spray there. But I notice a lot of the issues they have, people do it with like box knives because you can't buy anything there anymore. So you go to like a construction store or whatever, they do that, or you see them with like a little junky gas station folder or something.
Those are all crimes of opportunity, so they're just using what they've got, what they can
Right.
find. I mean, remember there was that guy that broke bad a couple years ago, the black dude, and I forget what his social wrong was, what caused him to break. He was like a security guard or something in a past life. I remember he shot several people on the subway or whatever, and he got into like a pursuit, and then they finally caught him.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. I also remember another one where there was a security guard that had a revolver and he took two guys down.
I'm not advocating anybody break the law, but really at
No,
the end of
no,
the day, what you can and cannot have only concerns a person who cares to follow the law.
right. This is
And
true.
they obviously, if the criminals can get away with it, they obviously don't have strict enough security. So as long as you don't let your like
You,
tools show,
right. You're rolling in your
if
511 shirt with your Glock hat on and your
if if need never arises, nobody will ever know. And if need does arrive, then yeah, you may go to jail or something, but you lived.
right,
Now, beyond that, you've got to decide, is going to jail and being alive better than maybe not being alive? You know, different people got different opinions on that.
right. 100%. If you decide to carry in a non-progressive environment in Minecraft and you see signs and you decide, hey, I'm carrying anyway, that is your decision. I cannot endorse and or deny anybody's decision because we are all humans and we do and make the best choices for us and ours and our families. So in that regard, um, put that one to rest. What up, Rip Girl? How you doing, buddy? Um, so I started a challenge, and I don't know how to really show it because A, I don't want people to show that on the internet, and B, it looks different for everybody, right? but I'd like everybody to double their like main working pantry. Say your pantry that you eat out of for a month, right? Minus your freezer, whatever, or even including that. I don't know. I'd like everybody to double their pantry size by December because you already know that's stuff you're gonna eat, so it's not running around buying freeze dried crap. Uh, B, holidays are coming. You're gonna have more people coming over. Blah blah blah. You're gonna be going different various places. You go to the store and the French onions or the green beans or the corn or the bread. I don't know. The oatmeal is all gone. Whatever, or man, you're having a big. One thing we like to do is we do like a soup swap. So like everybody, it's kind of like what do you call that? Like a potluck, but everybody makes a different kind of soup, like a homemade soup, and that's kind of a fun thing to hang out with, and then everybody will take like a little bit of soup home or whatever. So like it's cheap, it's good, it's a good way to fellowship, and stuff like that. But having the ingredients for stuff like that stocked up, um, I think that's pretty cool. So if you guys would like to participate in that, um, just let us know how you're doing. I know I've been really slacking on the Discord stuff, like the $5 prep videos or hitting the Dollar Tree every week or whatever. An extra $20 worth at Walmart or whatever you guys equate that to. I know I've been slacking on the gardening videos. I'm just super busy, guys. I'm sorry, but that stuff is still happening in the background. I just got a big old Menards bag of peppers yesterday. I had stuffed peppers on the grill tonight. They were delicious. Jalapenos are going to be ready probably this week if I water them really good. I'm going to have probably a good 200 jalapenos by the end of the week. So it's going to be awesome. I'm going to dehydrate some for powder for jerky and sausage and stuff. Super excited about that. Putting some up for salsa. I'll probably dice some for like omelets and crap, and then freeze a bunch of them. I still got some in the freezer from last year. Um, yeah, man. I just don't have time. I don't have time to do anything right now with it until I get this remodel done. But um, let me know how your guys' things are going in that regard. Um, our big tomato area got sprayed. It got oversprayed by a crop sprayer, and part of the garden is suffering greatly from it. The tomatoes are not doing good, and a little bit concerned about that because I was getting ready to do a big pasta sauce and salsa canning deal when this gets done, and that doesn't sound like it's happening this year. So my pasta sauce and salsa this year will suffer greatly. So that sucks really bad because this is the year I didn't do any tomatoes because everybody else said they had it and other stuff was growing better in my area. So I just did all hot peppers and poblanos and green peppers and cucumbers and stuff. So I don't have any tomatoes. Ours tomatoes are doing really good, so we're doing good there. But it's we're definitely not going to be throwing 300 pounds on the smoker to get them all easy to peel this year. That's for sure.
Ammo prices are coming down.
That's good.
So I would say that between now and Christmas is probably everybody's opportunity to buff up on that.
I do foresee those going up whenever a conflict pops off.
Well, at this point, the thing that's continuing to drive, well, it's not driving. What the thing that's keeping ammo from coming back closer to what people remember as normal, you know, because I don't think you're really across the board going to see pre-COVID prices ever again. The dollar is weak, and
Yeah,
inflation continues to rise.
I
And
agree.
the prices were coming down last year, and then it bumped into the inflation, and they've sandwiched, and they're sitting there. And right now, the only thing making prices come down is people needing is everybody in the supply chain, manufacturers, wholesalers, distributors, stores are liquidating ammo that they have
Right.
just to try and pay bills to get into stuff that they need. So
It's
that's
your
why a lot of
opportunity.
that's why a lot of your 9 and your 5.56 has come down. 308 has not come down because that's all still going to Ukraine.
Right. I have picked up a little bit of 9 and a little bit of 5.56 lately, because yes, the prices were good, and I think you're probably right. Um, the people that have the stockpile are trying to move it around to help sales. Everybody is weak. Everybody is weak. The economy sucks. The inflation sucks. Gold and silver and Bitcoin all hit all-time record highs. I mean, freaking, I don't even know what silver's at right now. Let me check. Last I checked, it was at well, Friday.
34, 35 an ounce, wasn't it?
It hit over 40.
Hmm.
Pretty good. No, I don't have it set up on this computer. Whoops. Gold is at
I don't know enough to speak from any position of authority on it, but I have heard
36.
many people wiser than I say that they think that silver has long been undervalued.
Yeah, silver should technically, I think, be a sixth or an eighth of what gold is typically. All right, so silver
I don't
price.
don't mean just for its monetary value, like its store of a value, but like
Right.
it's useful. Like gold, I know is used for some things besides just being a store of
Yeah.
value.
Some electronics and stuff.
A little bit, yeah, but
Yeah.
silver has more uses.
Yeah. Medical, and it's a better electrical conductor, things like that. Yes, it's at 41.27 an ounce right now, which is crazy.
But I have also heard that they're not hardly mining silver or gold anymore. Like most of that is coming from recycled electronics and stuff now.
Yeah, I could see all of that.
Like as expensive as it is to tear apart and handle all that e-waste, it's cheaper to recuperate the precious metals from those electronics than it is to try and like
Mine new
mine
and
new.
refine it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think cash in your phone over here, your old PC over here, all this crap. I think they probably just take shipping containers full of that to lower quality countries with lower EPA standards and stuff, and they put those people to work for slave wages.
Oh yeah, all
Which
that stuff goes back to China and India and
right, which
places like that.
interesting thing. I don't know if you've seen that Hyundai big motor plant that they had like 400 and some odd South Koreans busted.
I saw a headline and then read some comments on an Instagram post and then I didn't dig any deeper, but one of the comments on that clarified that that was not that Hyundai was employing those people. It was that they're building a factory. Hyundai is building a factory, and these were construction workers
Right,
building it.
right. They all happen to be from their country. I think they probably found a way to get some of their labor in to try and get the building done cheaper, which I would assume that's why. I would assume that other contractors on site were probably like, "How did we get underbid so bad on this humongous multi-million-dollar project?" Right, and then they probably reported it. I would assume that they were trying to cut some corners and save some of the very extensive labor cost with implementing their own workers. That would be my 2 cents on it. But
Checking X to see what the latest is on that, trying to understand that better.
yeah, um, it sounded fairly targeted, almost like well, if you made a deal with another country to say, hey, you can build this big thing here, say, oh man, Nebraska, you get to build a Chevy plant, but we're going to use non-Nebraskans to do all the building of the plant. Well, that's taking the jobs away for 2 or 3 years building the plant, construction workers here. I would also be pissed because that's good paying jobs. Um,
Okay, they were plant workers evidently. So
yeah,
I guess that comment that I read was wrong.
I think the owners probably tried to cut some labor costs that way myself, but That's not factual. Just so you guys know, I have a ammo company that is sending me some ammo, so I will be doing a pew pew video Rumble only because YouTube stuff keeps getting messed with and all that. I will announce it. I'll have an unboxing on it and things like that. They're a smaller company and they've decided to work with my smaller channel, so that's super cool of them. So when that drops, you guys will know about it, and we will get a Redneck Range Day with the ammo, and I'll try and do a head-to-head comparison with something comparable as far as like if it's 115 grain 9 mil or whatever. Uh, Grab some Winchester Watt box or whatever, or some PSA ammo or whatever, something comparable, and see what we think. So, Demo Man Don, I think it was part of the batteries, but it's for their vehicles, from what I understand. I do believe it was for the Hyundai vehicles. It might have been their battery plant for those vehicles. I don't know if they have whatever. I didn't pull up the article to be 100% in the know on that. But Drew in Oregon, what up, brother? So if y'all don't know, I do have a Rumble. I try to use this Rumble Studios that way it simulcasts these streams to Rumble as well, because in the inevitability that YouTube gets super duper censored, we'll use Rumble until we can't use that anymore either. So um, hit that up, hit up the Instagram. I kind of do a little bit on both. Um, so that's cool. That's a little exciting announcement from the channel. And I'd like to do some more pew pew stuff in that regards coming up, but as time allows, I need some corn to get down so I can start. I might try and do a thermal video or two, even if it's just like shooting some raccoons or stuff with it, because I can record video and stuff on that, but I haven't messed with those options on it yet. I thought that would be kind of cool. Maybe do like a go out and see what some gear looks like under thermal, like some milsurp stuff compared to some civvy clothing. That'd be kind of cool. Juror number 13 is here. What up, old man butt wrinkles? Oh, you got the jury duty then, huh? Nice. That's fun. Hopefully that's not too long. They don't pay very good on that, do they? That kind of sucks
No, I think most places it's like minimum wage
for the day. Yeah.
or up to half of what you make. I don't remember. It's like it caps out. So for probably anybody doing as good as you or better, like it costs them to be there. But it's your civic duty.
Right.
I
I
don't.
wish they would do that for like retirees.
Well,
A, they have more time. B, they could use the extra income.
well, the point is that you want a rich and diverse jury pool to pick from, and both sides get to whittle it down and kind of agree. And what
Right.
that's supposed to do is give you a fair lot of your peers, of your people from your area, from your community, but also where neither side gets to stack it with all people that would be sympathetic to their view. You're trying to weed out impartiality. And I'm amazed that there are so many people. The biggest excuse for not voting, I hear, is they don't want to do jury duty. And it's like, what the hell? You're an otherwise sane, rational person. If you, God forbid, ever found yourself in court, why would you not want someone else of your level of
Right. Like if you
like
had
rationality and what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah, if you had, your buddies working and you were in an instant, you would probably not want some 80-year-old person who's like listens to CNN all day and it's like, "Oh god, we hate everything this guy, thinks." Probably the guy who actually gets out and does the same grind ish that you do. Yeah, I get that. Uh,
well, maybe that. In my mind, what comes to mind for me is there was a case here in Arkansas back about the incident happened back about a year and a half, going on 2 years ago. But this father um, sent this old guy onto the next realm for kidnapping his daughter
Oh yeah.
out of their house, and that's after this guy had already essayed her and was getting ready to go to trial for it. He was out on bail, and he like kidnapped her in the middle of the night, and the dad jumped in his car and like chased him down the road and like got him to stop, whatever. But in the process of getting the daughter back, um, hole punched the guy a couple times, and they put him in prison for it. Like
Damn.
the sheriff's office kind of reluctantly, you know, initially I don't think arrested the dad, but handed the charges over, and the prosecutor insisted, and then whatever jury they put together convicted this guy.
Damn. That's messed up.
And I know that it may not be as clear cut. Like you play into your sympathies in your mind,
Right.
and you think like, you know, justice has to be blind, so you have to remove that emotion. And so I don't know the intimate details of the incident, but I would like to think that if he had a jury of
Working class
upstanding,
dudes.
yeah, well, upstanding peers, parents, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that you would, even if there was a, you know, preponderance, you know, jury nullification is the thing. Like you can choose to not.
Yeah. I feel you. I think it's a necessary thing in society, but Demo Man Don's saying $15. Be lucky to cover parking. What was he saying? It was $45 for the day on a murder case. That's steep. I think that equates to maybe just under minimum wage. I think. Um, Patriot from Warsaw was saying, "Hey, Muffin Top, it's been a while. Did you hear that Minnesota State's pushing for AWB? I don't know what AWB is, but he was saying it's going to
A
push
weapon ban.
more. Oh no, an assault weapons ban. Oh, we don't want that. That is lame.
Yeah, and the district court just upheld Massachusetts' stupid roster.
Oh dear. Uh, so is that a roster for all current guns and on after the date of that, or is that a
No,
backlog?
no,
How does that
it's
work out?
no. So unlike California's, where it's a published list of approved guns, for example,
Mm-hmm.
the Minnesota, excuse me, not Minnesota. You said Minnesota a second ago. Fuck. Massachusetts has, you know, the list of shit that the gun has. You know, like it has to be safe. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's got to have a dumbass heavy trigger, and it's got to have the loaded chamber indicator, and it's got to have the Hillary hole,
The
like
Hillary
on
Hole.
revolvers and stuff.
Yeah.
So they get the same handgun you get, but like they're magazine capped, and then they've got like a dumb heavy trigger on them.
Wow. Might as well just carry a revolver. That's messed up.
So like you buy a new shield, Smith and Wesson shield there, instead of being, you know, the 5.5 ish pound trigger or whatever that like the regular one would be, the Free State one would be.
Right.
It's capped at 10 rounds, and it's got like a dumb 12-pound trigger.
Jeez. That would almost make me miss more, I think, just trying to get the freaking trick.
Pisses
Jesus.
you off when you live in a free state and you're trying to hurry and order something, and you goof up and miss that part about it being Massachusetts compliant, and you get in, you're like, son of a bitch.
Right.
Now I got this 12-pound trigger gun. I gotta like mark down the cost to make it go away.
Yeah, I could see that.
Old man Buttwrinkle swinging for the fences, getting that 1,000 muffin bake off.
That a boy, old man, butt wrinkles. We'll get you some. We'll get you some muffins.
Uh, I hadn't paid attention on talking about assault weapons bans and rosters and stuff, but like there's a bunch of gun companies getting new stuff added to the California roster. So something has like shook up there, and I've not kept my ear to the ground because fuck California.
Right.
But uh, because I know Walther has got that they're adding PDPs, like they're getting ready to send PDPs out there that they added a magazine disconnect to make them roster
Compliant.
approved or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Sig had recently gotten the 320s and the 365s out there.
Well,
Neutered.
I guess
Uh,
that the 320s will all be going to California. Drew from Oregon on the Rumble side. What up, bro? Thanks for hopping on that side. We got 3 on the Rumble, 15 on the YouTube. Um, I think I'm gonna wind this one down, gents and ladies, if you're listening. Um, I think we covered some pretty good topics, some modern events, things like that, some alternative combative resources if you're in a very, very issue-ish state.
kind of looking worry, isn't it?
Hmm?
Trump was issuing final notices to the bad guys in Gaza. I can't think of. He was telling them they had till like 6 p.m. yesterday or whatever to release all the hostages, and um,
For Israel or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, so we already know that's popping off.
and he tweeted and then shared it on Instagram yesterday too. That he was renaming the Department of Defense to Department of War,
Right. I think.
and then all the stuff with us. We've got all that naval presence down around Venezuela,
Mm,
or we're not. Even if we did something, we're not going to put boots on the ground, but like we could launch rockets off the decks of those ships way inland.
right. I man, there's too many sparking. I just there's so many fuses that are out, and we're sitting next to all of them, just flicking our Bic lighter right now, bro. I mean, for real. What up, DB Cooper? Hamas. Yeah, there you go. Hummus. I love that demo, man. There is so many powder kegs around the world that are all itching to pop. I mean, it's just statistically multiple are. They're gonna go. So get what you need now. All that stuff's gonna go up. I said it the other day. Any vehicle maintenance, any clothing, any food, anything that you think that you're going to need. Maybe get your Christmas shopping out of the way early. If you need pew pews, if you need pew pew seeds, if you need lights, whatever. I mean, goon beams, lights, they all come from not America. Whatever you're going to put in your pocket. Streamlights, I don't know where Streamlights come from right offhand, but I would assume not America.
China.
Yeah, man, whatever you need. Um, Probably don't go buy 20 fucking different pocket knives. You probably have enough pocket knives. Maybe buy something you actually need. Go buy a Baofeng and learn how to do some comms. Um, that all, I mean, all that crap's going to get scooped up. Um, Anything probably drone related will get scooped up off the civilian market, kind of like it did in Ukraine. That Venezuela thing is concerning. It is super concerning. A, it's pretty close. B, uh, it's missing with the drug trade, which misses with a lot of people's money. Um, yeah, drugs are bad. Okay, the fact that some other people get more desperate in times when things get tight, like it is, it's just going to exacerbate the problem. Down BDG, what up, brother? But if you guys haven't hit up Rumble because I'm going to do some exclusive pew pew stuff, Rumble only. If you missed it, I have ammo company sending me out some stuff, and we may work together. We'll see how it goes. So that's super cool. Uh, but I got to try it out. I can't just say, hey, these guys sent me stuff. So it's the best. I got to give it its due diligence and try and run similar stuff that I have with it. So, and I'm not a professional shooter or nothing by any means, but go run a couple different mags with a couple different ammo types and see how it stacks up and all that fun stuff. So, Definitely, I don't know how to show the progress on it, but I'd like for everybody to double your working pantry by December. Double your pantry. That's the challenge. Get fit. Try and get better. Maybe learn a new skill. Something. Um, I don't know, man. You can shit in your oven. You can dehydrate stuff in your oven if you really can't afford to go get a $20 dehydrator or something. Everybody has an oven in their house. Go ahead and run it. It's going to start getting cold. That'll give you some heat in the house too. So no excuses. You can learn something. Everybody can do something to put food up. Maybe that should be a series. Is like depression level canning slash dehydrating with an oven, and see how they stack up versus like using a dehydrator or using a smoker, various, you know, canning techniques, whatever. That might not be a bad idea to try and do some stuff like that.
I know there's a bunch of depression era like recipe channels on YouTube.
That's true. Yeah, I like watching. There's like some 90-year-old gal. She was showing. I like watching that gal. Yeah, maybe you know what? Maybe do that. Maybe implement a couple depression level recipes into your food for the week and see how much money it can save you, and you know what you can stomach. I mean, it's not going to hurt anybody to cut back on expenses where you can, right? So double man
He said,
done.
said he had one can of spam. Now he has two.
Well,
Doubled.
double it again, buddy, and then keep going. Uh, Nothing wrong with that, man. Slow and steady wins the race. If it's 10 cans a week, it's 10 cans a week. That's 40 cans at the end of the month, man. I take that. That's doable. That's doable, people. Um,
Notice my Walmart had a bunch of those pouches of the tuna, the different flavors.
hmm
They had that on an end cap for $1 a pouch.
Yeah, I had the similar thing that and at Dollar General, and I scooped up quite a bit. I love the hickory one. It's one of my favorites. It has a good flavor, and the jalapeno one is good.
And it's not that that's cheap for what you're getting, but it's convenient how it's packaged. You know,
Right, Mylar basically. Yeah,
yeah, and you don't have to break out
can opener.
like it's rationed out for you already. You don't have to break out a can opener, and now you're not. You know,
Right.
you can have something besides just tuna and water without having to come up with mayonnaise or hot sauce or
Yep.
whatever on its own.
Yeah, I love throwing those things in my hunting pack or fishing pack, or if I'm just going on, you know, in my bug out bag. I have that stuff. I love them. They're great.
It's that time of year where you throw a couple of them in the console of the vehicle.
Yep.
If you get snowbound or whatever, you have a fish sickle.
Yep. Maybe rotate your stuff out from summer mode to fall slash winter mode. Throw a couple extra hoodies and a blanket in the vehicles. You guys know we're preppers, but do the things. That stuff's free. Go do 100 push-ups. That's free. You know, do something a little bit better for yourself. Um, I may challenge. I may do another challenge. Is for every pet and every person that you plan on having at your location or at the location, whatever that may be for you, get an
Think of
extra twenty
having.
pound bag of rice for everybody.
Oh, I didn't go where I thought.
No, well,
I thought
rice
you were
is
gonna say
cheap.
like have a way to cook them, but
Well, no, that's super duper bad case. But 20 pounds per pet per person. I don't care if it's a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old dog. A 20-pound bag of rice. You can go buy that every week, and by the end of the year, everybody will have an extra 20-pound bag of rice. Then after you do that, go get, I don't know, 5 bags of split peas and 5 bags of beans, and then 5 bags of, or maybe you get a couple things of oatmeal for everybody, or pancake mix, whatever, dehydrated potatoes. That stuff's super cheap. Go go get a chicken and a beef case of ramen for everybody.
I'm disappointed that those dehydrated the hash browns or whatever that come in the carton. They
Mm-hmm.
don't have a very long shelf life, and I guess it's because they've already got some of the oil on them. I guess it
Yeah.
turns rancid.
Yeah, those are good though. I do
Of
like
course,
those.
even the shelf life on like the instant mashed potatoes is only about a year.
Yeah, I got some that are much older than that, and they seem to work out okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that you can't push it past it because that best by date is always for like taste and freshness and quality of the
Right,
product.
right.
But
You got to
I
make
try
sure
not to
that
let them
it's
go.
just straight potatoes, not nothing that has flavor like the butter and stuff, because that's the stuff that'll go bad.
Well, those all those little plastic pouches of the instant mashed potatoes have oil and stuff in them. That's how you only have to add water.
Yeah. Gen X Gemini, what up, brother? Um, Drew, I buy those. Also, jerking off. Okay, thank you, old man butt wrinkles. That is also free.
$3.99.
Man, you guys are silly. Uh, Dehydrated soup mixes, man. I love those Bear Creek soups. Get one of each for everybody. Those are tasty. I love that the broccoli cheddar one, and then just throw a bunch. You could throw a big bag of steamed broccoli in it and just eat that for dinner. Or if you really want to, thicken it up, throw in a can of chicken or whatever. Yeah, that's good shit. I love that. But yeah, guys. I mean, just do some stuff to get ready. Winter's coming around, so fruits and fruit juices become more prevalent. You know, for the vitamin deficiency, things like that. We don't need scurvy when you're prepping, right? Um, get that Tang, bro. That's some high quality vitamin C right there. That's some old school. Catch the stuff on sale. I mean, bananas are cheap right now. Fruit's getting cheap if you can dehydrate it. Dehydrated strawberries, dehydrated apples, whatever. Do your garden, things like that. About tree fitty, that's what's up, Gen X. Um, just do the things. Whatever you deem that you want to add for everybody in your group. I don't care if it's 240 people, whatever you got in your group. I challenge you. Grab 20 pounds of rice for everybody. Grab a thing of oatmeal for everybody. Grab whatever. And then put it at location where you're going to be. And then if you have everybody in your mag do that, you're going to have a very nice stockpile. That's one less thing you're going to have to worry about. Then you can worry on other things like off grid power, propane, wood for heat. Whatever heat and energy it looks like for you. Then pew pew seeds. Then getting everybody fit, getting everybody's comma figured out, getting everybody's all the prepping checklists. It's a shitload of stuff. Get on it. Muffin Top out. Thank you, Lawfully Armed, for hopping in here. Any closing statements, sir?
No.
Perfect. Deuces, everybody. Thanks for hopping in. Make sure you check us out on the Rumble for the Pew Pew related content. Thanks. Peace.